I think one of the greatest disservice you would do to yourself is to marry the wrong person for you. In my books, your spouse is a key success factor, whether you're a man or a woman. And choosing, but it's even more important for a woman because men have more room to navigate than a woman does. Because in the context of our own culture, our African culture, she's expected, and in biblical terms, she's expected to be submissive to her husband. Now, you better be sure that the guy you want to submit your life to and have to answer to is a guy who has the capacity
to handle you,
to handle the life of who you are. Now, if the guy does not have the capacity to grow with you, with your vision, with your ambition, and as you emerge, there will be problems. So I've watched many women struggle and fight. So I am forever grateful to the man that I call my husband, because I have seen his commitment to the full emergence of who I am. Sometimes it's tough because, you know, sometimes outsiders make it difficult for your spouse.
Outsiders.
You know, and all of that, especially when you're a woman. But in all of those things, it makes me understand why it's really important that as a young woman, I always say to young women, don't make a choice of a spouse until you have a sense of who you are. Because if you do, then it's easier for you to consider other things other than he's rich, tall, and handsome. I always say to men, only a foolish man does not understand if he puts his wife down, that he puts himself down. That's one. Two, the Bible says your wife is your helper. The quality of the help you get is the quality of the helper you allow to emerge. If you allow your wife to be the best of herself, you get the value for it. In your day of trouble, you know, men run into trouble. Businesses go wrong. Careers can get stopped. You can lose jobs. You can have crises. You can. But imagine a team of a husband and wife that are both doing well. When one is down, the other holds up. When one is up, the other one supports. You have an incredible team that creates value for you. So your wife is your asset, your God-given asset that is meant to bless your life. If you allow her to be the best of herself, you get the best.
Devil have attacked marriages. Sisters, brothers, marriage is not only, but only panic. It's not by force. Men, please hear me. If you don't want to marry, leave somebody's daughter alone. Don't take somebody's daughter to your house and mess her up. There are ladies that will have become greater than where they are. But one year man married them. All their potential died. Her vision died. Her career died. Her purpose died. The partner beat them and frustrate them. Hear me. The role of a man in the house is a prophetic role. The man should be the prophet in the house. You take the lead. You pray for your family. You speak to their vision. If you are a man and your wife is more frustrated than when she came into your life, you are not qualified to marry. When you marry a lady and bring her to your home, what you simply told her is that I am bringing you to make you an 8-year personality.
You know, there are people the devil has given them confusion that the highest achievement you will make as a woman is for you to marry. And now, when they don't marry, they are jumping from Peter to Paul, to Matthew to Audu. Why are you running around? The devil has put confusion in them. My sister, the greatest achievement of a lady in life is not marriage. Mother Teresa, did she marry? Mary Celeste, did she marry? People you see that succeed in life are people that knows where they are going. Let nobody threaten your life with marriage. For marry, you will marry. Are you following me? But the fact remains, pursue your dream. There is a dream in you. Let me tell you, today you see young men looking for somebody to marry. Do they marry somebody who is not doing anything? They pursue person where gets job. If you know gates, they will just abandon you. Come out. Why? You need to build on your potential. That you are beautiful, will a man chop beauty? What do you have to offer? Men are looking for women that have something on their brain, that have ideas on what to do and make.
Women are the moon that are able to translate the heat of the sun. So women are not natural. Women are spiritual. That's why your periods are on the cycle of the moon, not on the calendar. Then women are the spiritual element. They are the water that are able to translate what is spiritual and make it physical. So human beings come into the womb of the woman as water, and women convert the spirit and the water into physical bones and marrow to become human beings. So women are divine, and they are the water, the medium between two elements. They are the present, because they are able to translate for us what is in the past in terms of our genes and connect it to the future. That becomes the children. So that trinity of time, the trinity of spirituality, needs to be understood, because that becomes the meeting place. Then in Shona we say Muari, which means Ma'ari, which means inside the woman. That's where God resides, to translate that which we cannot see, to make it visible. Yeah.
Could it be that, is it a coincidence that we have the Ma'at and the Ma'ari?
The African cultures have a common background, which is actually, in the Shona, when we say let's pray, we say kuna mata, kuna ma'at. In other words, we are going back to ma'at. We are submitting to the feminine that is in all of us. And mudzimai, mudzi is the root. Mai is the mother. Therefore, mudzi is the roots of humanity are women. And musikana, that is a woman. And Mwari in Shona is called musikawano. And musika is the small piece of wood we use when we are making our traditional meals. That you mash up water and meal to make the ugari or to make the pap. Therefore, musika means creator. Ana, vana means children. Musika ana means the one who makes children. So therefore, God is also musikavano, the one who makes people. So if God makes people, women make the children. Therefore, in our African, particularly in the Shona culture, it is very clear that women are given the similar name to God himself, which is Musika Ana, the creator of children.
Wow. I mean, it's not like this is even what we...
There are many people who are not facing any attack because they are cold, they are lazy, they are unserious. They have checked you and found out that you don't have any relevance as far as kingdom come is concerned. It's not because you are special, you are not praying, you are not fasting, you don't know the Lord, you are not serious, and yet you are not attacked. Don't be flattered. The devil has found that he's focusing on those who can come and save you before he comes to you.
3 reasons why you should never tell people about how bad your situation is. Number 1, they don't care. Number 2, when you verbalize words, they are 10 times more powerful, which means you are creating more of your situation. Number 3, you should talk to God instead, but don't tell him about your problems. Tell him about what you want. He knows how to reverse your situation.
I just showed up on your page, so I guess you were supposed to hear this. Credit for this goes to the Daily Stoic. Many times in our lives we have said, I can't wait for this to be over, right? I mean, not just during this pandemic, but in regular life. You know, I can't wait for it to be Christmas. I can't wait for this meeting to end. We've all done that. In a book by Daniel Klein, he shares when he was on a train one time, he was watching a mom with her daughter. And the train ride was kind of crowded and bumpy, and the daughter says to her mom, gosh, I can't wait for us to get there already. And the mom leans down to the daughter and she says, never wish away a minute of your life. We do that a lot. Seneca, the Roman philosopher, said that life is not short. We just waste it. We waste it complaining. We waste it rejecting. We waste it with grudges. Your life is now. Now is your life. There is no replacement for this moment that you're in. Live your life. Love it. Never wish away a minute of it. You're not getting any of it back. And you know what else? You're awesome. When I was 19 years old, I was homeless. I was working 3 jobs. One of them was in a gym, which was a good thing because I had a place to shower and clean up. On very rare occasions, I was able to crash on people's floors of their apartments, but 99% of the time, I slept on the 7 train. One cold February, I was on the train with my sweatshirt, sweater, jacket, and duffel bag, pretty much everything I owned, trying to get some sleep. Another homeless man got onto the train and sat across from me and just started to stare at me. I had so many nights of violence and fighting and danger, all I thought to myself was, crap, it's about to get real again. And it got real, just not the way I expected. He took a long stare at me and he said, "Yo, bro, you don't belong here." I said, "What makes you say that?" He said, "The light around you, your energy. You're not supposed to be here." "It's your eyes," he said. "You're starting to give up. Stop seeing yourself here. That's the problem." I was like, I don't see myself here. This is just where I am right now. No, he said. "You see yourself here, I can tell. And if you see yourself here, this is where you're gonna stay." I said, "Well, you're here. What does that mean?" He said exactly what I said to you. He said, "I gave up. I'm gonna die soon. When I look in the reflection, I see in my eyes someone who sees themselves here. I'm stuck. You're not." I said, "So what do I do?" He said, "Where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself?" I said, "I want to be somewhere warm, that smells good, with a full belly, where I feel safe." He said, "Then see that, and that's where you're going to end up. Bro, trust me." He starts to get off the train at the next stop. I said, "Hey man, what's your name?" He looks me dead in the eye and he said, "Gabriel, like the angel." The very next day in the gym, a woman that I had known for many years starts to walk out. She turns around at the desk and says to me, "Do you know anybody that's looking for a place to live?" I laughed, but I started to tear up also, and I said, "I am, but it's a long story." I told her a little bit about what I was going through. She took a long pause and she said, "Can you clean?" I said, "Yeah, I can clean." She said, "Well, I need a reliable roommate, someone that can kind of help me feel safe in my apartment. If you clean my apartment and if you come to my job and clean my warehouse, you got a place to live." I moved in 3 days later. She was like a big sister to me. She took great care of me, and that place was warm and it smelled good. After about 2 months, when I kind of got back on my feet, I tried to pay her rent every single month. She never cashed a single check. When I was 19 years old, an angel named Gabriel taught me on the 7 train, even when you're in your darkest place, don't give up. See yourself in a better place. You might be surprised.
Auntie, is propagating your worldview on other people's children. If you're gay and you can't have kids, why do you now believe it's your right to go to other people's kids and tell them how to think? If you've decided that the type of sex you want to have will prevent you from procreating, that's your decision, right? You've decided that having sex with women isn't worth it for you. You don't want to have children. You want to have sex with men. Fine, your decision and you're entitled to it. That does not give you the entitlement to go to other people's families who did decide to have children and raise them and try and program their children. Leave the kids alone. You can be as transgender as you like. Don't come talk to my kid about it. That's my child. I will program my child with my worldviews. I raise them. I pay for them. They're my kid. They're not your kid. And they're not the government's kid. And this is what I was saying earlier about women being blank slates. Same with children, right? You either program your woman and program your children, or society will do it. I'm not anti-transgender. I'm not.
So, first of all, I'll direct to everyone to pray. You have to pray for your marriage. You have to pray for your family. You have to pray for your friends. You have to pray for your children or your future children, because the world is going to a level in which we cannot control. We don't have control over what the world is turning into. So the only thing we can do is to pray, to have a healthy marriage, to have reasonable children, and to have a number of acquaintances that be around us, to be considerate of everything in our life. So please, my dear sisters, watch the previous video and really think about it.
Okay, where's the ring at? Oh, bro, get a club, bro. This ring looks like really nice, bro. Where'd you get it from?
K jewelry.
Okay, how much you drop on it? How much it?
$250K.
250K?
One of a kind. There's only one of her.
Oh, okay. One of a kind, only one of her, only, you know, okay, is it real?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Is it okay if I like test it real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. right, let me see.
You trying to do this? We gotta go.
Huh?
We gotta go.
Oh!
In a rush.
What's the problem?
Yeah. All right, come on. All right, that was weird. I'm just gonna...
I don't think you're pressing enough.
What's going on, bro? Like I ain't trying to ruin no relationships or.
Really?
Wow. Hey,
I thought it was real.
you're gonna make 19 an hour, babe. Come on, I tried my best.
That's why I was shitting on you with your best friend the whole time.
Oh! Okay, how much that ring cost?
$2 million, bro. You know.
$2 million? What? Wait, what you do for a living?
I can't talk about that right now, but you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Camera's on. It's okay, but all right. Can I $2 million like diamond test it though?
Test the hoe, bro. Test it.
Why are you laughing at your wife?
Man, I'm just saying, man. You know what I'm saying?
This ring is fake?
No, it ain't fake. They told me it was real when I bought it.
Are you serious? So I'm not worth a real ring.
You worth what I gave you.
How long y'all been married?
7 years.
7 years? Oh.
Ladies, I have a huge problem in my marriage. Prior to my husband, I was deeply in love with my ex, and may Allah forgive us both. We had tanantana many times while dating, but our relationship ended due to family problems. Then I met my husband. We dated, but we never had tanantana because he always acted religious during our courting. And out of hate and frustration towards my ex, I agreed to get married. When we consummated the marriage that night, he sucked in bed. Not only that, he would arrive very fast. This made me irritable, and I questioned myself often. He would please himself and go to sleep, while I stay up all night thinking, what the H did I just experience? Because that, to me, was not the tanantana I'm used to. Since it was early in our marriage, I got quiet and put the blame on myself, and sometimes made excuses that maybe he's nervous. This continued for several months. I became pregnant with my first child, then things got even worse. When we first got married, we were having tanantana once a month. Then it went to every 3 months. I kept it to myself, and after the birth of my child, I told him he needed to get medical help. He would always say, I will, but never took the initiative. I ended up pregnant again, and I involved his family and some sheikhs. They had a talk with him, and he said he would change, but his family became hateful towards me and thought I wanted to trash his name. They even said, how can you have 2 kids if you're not satisfied in bed? So I stayed quiet and started having phone conversations with my childhood guy friend. Ladies, only Allah can judge me. But I ended up stepping outside of my marriage and visiting the motherland, where I spent a month of the best tanantana and loving I can ask for. When I came back to the States, I couldn't even look at the face of my husband. I keep asking for a divorce, but he keeps holding on to me. I'm at my boiling point. I have wasted 6 years of my life with this man who only gave me affection once every 3 to 4 months. And when I complied with his desire, he would only satisfy himself in less than 3 minutes and fall asleep. I'm done being frustrated and blaming myself and feeling sorry for him. I no longer want my self-esteem to die. I have decided to leave him and marry the brother from the motherland. My question to you ladies is, what would you do if you were in my shoes? Leave it in the comments.
The clips I'm about to show y'all, some of the things that women do in the name of love or what they perceive to be as loved, very unhinged. Very unhinged.
We chatted for a few months and then he just really wasn't feeling me. So I sent a bikini pic because I was like, I gotta get his attention. For me, it was love at first sight. I remember calling my mom and literally telling her I met my husband.
We dated, I like to say non-exclusively, for years.
5, to be exact. 5 years of this back and forth. Like, he really was super duper undecided about what he wanted to do. I was very clear where I stood in his life and what I wanted for us. And it wasn't just he will pull disappearing acts for months at a time and just vanish.
All I'm gonna say is it does not take anyone 5 years to know if they want to be with someone or not. And those disappearing acts he was doing, he was trying to tell you something, and that's why he's filing for divorce right now. And I'm not sure if this is a rumor or not, but I saw someone say that she did hoodoo on him. Yeah, I'm not surprised. But let me show y'all this other couple because it gets worse.
A big infidelity in New York that took me 10 years to heal from.
10 years.
10 years.
And we were going through the motions because with that infidelity, you don't want to wish it on your worst enemy. We had to experience murder through that. I was held at gunpoint with my own gun and watched the mistresses I was living with at that time killed in front of me, which she had to bear that burden too. We lost our home to arson.
Our home was
through
burned
that.
down.
Then an innocent person was killed rushing to the fire of our house burning down because of our mess.
No, I don't care what anybody says. That woman, she killed that mistress. And that's what a lot of people were thinking, because when we were reading the article, the mistress was killed through stabbing. And if you're a real crime girly, you would know, like, that is a very intimate type of murder. And who would be as angry as the wife? And the husband who was cheating was also found in the house, and his nails were literally nailed up on a wooden plank, like the reincarnation of Jesus. They're trying to say it was random men who did this. Why would they leave him alive and kill her and just leave? No, she killed that mistress, and now they're trying to paint it as black love, as a struggle story. No, never, no.
So this is how people get married today. A young man meets a beautiful lady. He's attracted to her by the shape of her body, propose love to her, and the next thing they know it, they go out on a date, they enjoy themselves, they go out on a date again. The next thing is, they don't just enjoy the meal, they go back home and enjoy themselves sexually. This goes on for some time. Sometimes the girl will move from her house, come and stay with the guy. Couple of months later, they go and tell their parents, we are in love, we want to get married. Then they come to see a pastor who doesn't know what they've been doing all this time. And they go through a short counseling process, and before the counseling session is over, they organize a wonderful photo shoot, beautiful ones, nicely edited, and then caption it, save the date. They post it on social media, and everybody is so excited. And then finally, they organize such a wonderful wedding ceremony in the church. Right after that, they go out there for the reception and enjoy themselves to wonderful dances. Then they take a lot of beautiful pictures, post them all over social media, and announce to the whole world that we are married. They go home later on and find out that they don't know each other. That is the wrong process of marriage. If you want to marry and enjoy your marriage, don't allow social media to force you to move according to its standard. Don't marry for people to see. Don't marry because you want to have a photo shoot. Marry for the right reasons. And most importantly, pray and prepare for your marriage.
Your body is a necessary. My lady, your body is a necessary. My lady, your body is a necessary.
Water gives life, yet it has drawn millions of souls.
Most of the bottles you see out there are not real.
Most of the clothes you wear are fake, yet you sling them.
Stop defending bottles.
Defend bottles.
Don't defend bottles like that.
Pledge, on behalf of all bottles lovers, to love and to protect the female bottles till my casket closes. Oh, this is my problem. Oh, this is my problem. Oh, now to now. You're right, you're holding up the football. I mean, I told you what I'm boy. Oh, dog.
I don't want to excuse all the flaws of every woman, but most women are bad wives because their husbands are terrible husbands. Why? If you lead well, followers will follow. Following is difficult for a lot of women because we have a lot of empty cocoa head husbands who are not doing nothing to evoke the beauty of their wife. When you hear some men speak, it stenches, it smells like stench. You know, when a man goes one whole year and has not told the wife she's beautiful, something is wrong. No matter what your wife earns, in the last 12 calendar months, we don't have one piece of clothing in her wardrobe bought by you, and you're a man? From which village? Who taught you? Which church do you attend? Men that know how to report their wives to their mother, you have a problem. You are setting up the woman you should love with your family to castigate, denigrate, and finish. Your head is not correct. You are reporting your wife up and down like class monitor that has to write names of noise maker. Something is wrong with you.
Credit card statements. I'm checking his time card at work and I'm comparing it to the hours that he said he was working, and it better match the money that he has coming home. I'm checking his cell phone bill. I'm checking the numbers that he was calling on the cell phone bill. I'm checking his mileage in the car. His job is 10.5 miles. The kid's school is 2.1 miles. I check the mileage when he goes to Terry and Diane's house. It's 6.7 miles. And when any of those miles come back 2.2 or 5.6 or 7.9 or 10.7, if he comes back and I see 4.8 and a half of a mile, that means he came from Keisha's house, he rode to the store to get some breast spray.
Do you check his pulse when he walks to the door?
His resting heart rate is 42 beats a minute. If Marcus comes home to the house and he claimed he was at work all day, if that resting heartbeat is 58 beats a minute, he been cheating. Now, I'm an old school fool. I'm checking his bank statements. I'm checking his credit card statements. I'm checking his time card at work, and I'm comparing it to the hours that he said he was working, and it better match the money that he has coming home. I'm checking his cell phone bill. I'm checking the numbers that he was calling on the cell phone bill. I'm checking his mileage in the
dress up, look good. They are watching with their fake accounts. Okay? Chuck them, irritate them with your good life. Thank you.
I love you, Carrie. I know I'm eating you, but I'm eating you to survive. I love you. I love you too. Whatever you look like or whatever you sound like, you'll still be in my heart.
But why are you eating it?
I want to survive. I know animals don't survive sometimes, but we have no choice but to eat them sometimes. When we don't know how to survive, but when the time has come, we have to eat it sometimes. Eating meat is sometimes important. I know I said I'm a vegetarian.
But you said you're a vegetarian, Jay.
You didn't let me finish, but if we don't have anything to eat, we can eat animals sometimes. Cook them, eat them.
En una camioneta recogimos la vaina que llegó la avioneta. Coronao, 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 nao, nao, coronao, 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 nao, nao, coronao, coronao.
Oh my God.
Recogimos la vaina que llegó la avioneta.
No.
We're stuck in this traffic. There's no way to escape. I hope you guys pray for Antoine. He has to tolerate my singing all the way. I'm just getting started. I just wanna sing all the way home.